Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me okay? Yes, that's right. Talking Shit Tuesday coming at you. Another Talking Shit Tuesday. We are going to talk a lot about what's going on with... Oh, I got to hide that in the back because doesn't YouTube have an... Actually, we won't tell people what that is back there. We'll just leave it alone. I just noticed it's back there. so don't mention it so YouTube doesn't get trippy about it. So what we're going to talk about today is... the importance of big brakes on heavy cars. I was watching some replays of some of the sick week coverage, and I saw that homeboy went off into the weeds, into the sand trap, and I thought to myself, didn't Alex talk about this? Didn't Alex talk about the fact that heavy cars that have the potential of running low sevens into the sixes should have 6-piston Brembos? And people said, oh, Alex, you don't understand. You don't understand, bro. They got to have lightweight brake. This guy has 3,000 horsepower on tap. I am okay having an extra 10 pounds, and it's constantly wheeling, right? It's constantly having issues keeping the tires off on the ground. So why not have slightly heavier brakes up front? So in the event that exactly what happened yesterday, happens, you got the brakes to slow this sucker down. I don't understand the people that see these race cars that have these tiny motorcycle brakes start going, oh my God, I got to have one of those in my car, bro. And then you go on the highway and do a pull. You don't have a parachute. You do a pull in traffic, let's say with a buddy of yours. You do some roll racing. You slam the brakes, and guess what? That bitch don't come to a stop fast enough. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about racers becoming YouTubers when before racers were making fun of YouTubers. Remember back in the day when racers were saying, oh, why don't you just watch YouTube? They seem to know everything. All of a sudden, they're on YouTube. Que cojones? What is happening? But not, let's say hi to the people here, but not before we have Mr. Bill O'Reilly. Say hello.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
You know what I don't have? Where is the sponsor logo? Let's just do the showcase. Why not? Yeah. What the fuck? PMAS, Nick James and PMAS. One of the sponsors of the show. Thank you very much for being a sponsor. Gave away a cold air the other day. Thank you very much. Tu Auto Solution, Rami Saidan, Tu Auto Solution, allá abajo en Puerto Rico. Cagua, armando los vehículos que son domésticos, Camaro, Corvette, el Mustang. Tu Auto Solution. DNHperformance.com, DNH Performance. Buy every single one of your online Mustang, Camaro, whatever parts through DNHperformance.com. And Balak Damien from Miami sending me lug nuts in cocaine baggies. Shout out to Balak for becoming a sponsor. Again, guys, I do have Ben Calamer Transmissions as also a sponsor. He came right back on board. I just don't have him on the board. So JD Swag, if you could do me a favor, grab Ben Calamer's logo again, plop it up there, or maybe add Belak's logo to the previous stuff, and we'll get after it. Let's say hi to the people here, and then we'll talk about brakes, records being broken, and the Coyote proving again that it's the God motor. Coyote Fury, Leon Phelps, Monty 540, Clean 92 GT, I'm Hung Solo, Joe Jackson, Travis, Joe Swish, Lupe Marquez, Coyote Fury, Jose Sanchez, to get Peter Photography, D-Rock Fox, Valley 10 Speed sent me a data log and it looks absolutely perfect. Careful, Tony. She ain't loaded. P-Dub again, Mendoza Coyote, Johnny Boy, Paul Pontiu, Darren Harper, C.O. Jones, Paul Pontiu 1,000 times, complaining about shit that has nothing to do with... I don't have any control as to what account is signed onto your shit. Talk to YouTube about that. Oliver Bryan, Parrish Levis, Coyote Fury, B. Levish. We got Gallo Bravo and Paul Pontiu just talking nonstop. Bite Size Facts and D-Rock Fox, Mark Christensen, Dixon, Kevin Bisco, Chair, Justin Bale Stewart, Ken Phillips, The Wolf, 2JZ, Foxbody. Wow, really? Is that what you got going on over there? RoboStar, JD Swag, Dustin Garrison, Mike S, Michael Oreno, Bryson Witt, D-Rock Fox, Johnny Boy Nuxo saving his Pro Charger crank. Gregory Elvich, Daniel Pelayo, what a name. Todd O'Leary, Reflex GS, Nate Dogg, Ray, Pito Chiquito, 1 of 1 RTR, Reflex again. Let's go all the way to the bottom. Coca-Cola, the cartel member, Sean O'Connell, Bryson, Arturo Mosilla, Jason, Venom Racing, 956 cut. That's SK Jeff, Paul Pontiu, Cole Daniel, Garage Bill Coyote, Aaron, Marcus, Gabe Sorrell, Ryan Pettit, all the way to the bottom. Black Cat, Carlos, Snow White, Paul Pontiu, a bazillion times, Jesus, Perez, Alfredo Diaz, Nito Diaz, Brandon D, and Degenerate Spurg. If you have a 3,500 pound race car or street car, keep the stock fucking brakes in it. I am blown away of the thought process because TBM posts something. Oh, and watch TBM call my fucking boss. TBM say, oh, you got to put these brakes on your car because Cleetus has them, Brett LaSalle has them, this guy has them, that guy has them, so you should have them. And I go, that's fucking stupid because I want you to stop. I'm not saying TBMs won't stop, but I guarantee a set of performance package brakes will stop way better than any TBM brake you got going on out there. So what happens on Sick Week? A car that goes really fast, Cleetus says El Camino, goes out there, one parachute opens, it's not slowing down enough, he starts to get on the brakes, and that bitch ain't stopping, and he ends up in the sand trap. Not a lot, he got in there, he was okay, he was fine. But it really highlighted something that I've been saying for a very long time, that you definitely have to have heavy brakes if you have a heavy street car / race car. If your car weighs 3,000 plus pounds or 3,500 pounds and you're going over 190, bro, 6-piston Brembos are lightweight. If you get a set of 6-piston Brembos or Willwoods, this bitch will stop. It'll stop. But if you want to be that guy that puts dirt bike brakes on your shit to stunt about the fact that, look, my wheels keep on spinning. They keep on spinning. They're going to keep on spinning all the way to the fucking sand trap. If you let that thought process of, I want lighter is better, cool. So if your parachute fails, now what is your contingency plan? Your regular brakes. And depending on the shutdown, depending on the track, I think Bradenton has a longer runoff. I think Gainesville has a longer runoff, but Orlando doesn't. So you're going to probably be battling that eventually if you are going really, really fast and really have to come to a stop. Crazy things. Now let's talk about the Coyote just proving itself, and fast forward race engines must be loving this. It's a double-edged sword for them, right? They can't handle a bunch of volume because the quality would suffer. So he would rather make sure that the quality stays tight so he keeps the volume at a certain pace. You can only get it from a couple of people. But the more the green car goes out there, the more that Grey Goose goes out there and proves that it's a badass setup, a lot of people are going to start to question their setup. So two cars with big block Chevrolets. One car with a big block Chevrolet, the white notch convertible. That is a nasty ride. Went 640 something. Garrett's El Camino went 660 or 670. So then you get Brett LaSalle's car with a fast forward race engine in it. They pour about 56 or maybe 60 pounds of booze, who knows, down the bitch, and the thing goes a 630. Then it goes a 620 the next day in Bradenton. So a lot of people are going, wait a minute. You're telling me a 302 cubic inch overhead cam motor that mostly has Ford parts, Ford block sleeved, Ford lifters, Ford rockers, Ford cylinder head, a GT350 style cylinder head, custom cams, no VCT, which is kind of, I think, I don't know if they can benefit from VCT. The car's obviously rolling the fuck out, so I don't think it matters. And the car is configured to do a task. Go on the quarter mile extremely quickly, extremely efficiently. So these guys have that program figured out. So if you're an engine guy and not loyal to any specific combo, let's say you're an LS guy, but you're going to ride or die LS all day, every day. You're going to look at this Coyote and go, the Coyote won, right? Like, guys, the Coyote won. Like, if you're going to talk Coyote versus LS, it's been over. It's been over for a very long time. And my metric was, can a bone stock LS anything with boost and fuel make 1,000? No. No, not without a cam, not without some kind of good spring, not without maybe a good flowing cylinder. What about the LS9? Yes, with cams, 30 pounds of boost, and rocker, maybe not rockers, but let's say a bunch of boost. It has to have a cam. I've never seen a stock LS9 make 1,000 with a stock cam. That thing, no way. So now people are going, should I go twin turbo Coyote? Because that seems to be the God combo. A lot of people are comparing this to the GTR, and you know what? It kind of can be compared to the GTR. Imagine if the R35 motor can be retrofitted in a Foxbody, using Motec, using all that crap, and put a turbo 400 behind it and shove 50, 60, 70 PSI to it. But I think you need a billet situation for that, or am I wrong about that? I'll let you guys tell me if a R35 motor, GTR, has gone sixes with the block being stock. It can be sleeved, it can be done up, it might be. But the real Billy Badass shit that has been roll racing 230 plus miles an hour, they're all billet stuff. So a lot of people are going to start thinking their combo. The Coyote is light, mostly Ford parts, plentiful. They're everywhere. Predator bottom end, GT350 head. Make the cams work with whatever reluctor wheel you have for whatever generation control pack or stock operating system you have. Studs, good gasket, sleeved, 1,500 horses, not an issue. Like, not an issue at all. But a lot of people don't understand that you have to get rid of that brand loyalty if you want to go fast. Look, I've considered big block Chevy combos. I've considered nitrous combos. I've considered a bunch of combos to go fast the cheapest way possible. But truth be told, if I know the Coyote game really well in terms of what I deal with in the ticket system, and nobody has gone faster on a stock computer than Lund Racing, and I work for them, and I have all that data, why not stick to that combo? So I'm kind of conflicted. Sometimes I just want to go fast with a small block Ford and leave it alone, but fast is relative. I'm not going to go sixes with a small block Ford because that's going to cost me $50,000 to $60,000 for that motor, and I'm not looking to play that game. Whereas I can call fast forward and say, duplicate the Grey Goose situation, have John Jr. tune it for me, give me the tune, let me adjust it, let me go out there and do my own thing, and I should be good. So what are you seeing with Sick Week? You're seeing that SMXs, big block Chevys, all this LS craziness and really light pro mod cars. Did you notice that Jeff Lutz's car is a 6.1 car and that the green car is a 6.29 car, and they couldn't look that different? They couldn't look more different. One is a pro mod bonafide, doesn't have a VIN number, like legitimately race car. Jeff Lutz's car is a pro mod if I've ever seen one. And Brett's car was a VIN car with a VIN number. It was built and campaigned for a couple of years by Joel Steele as a stick shift Coyote car with a TKM motor in it, running 680s like a bracket car. Brett bought it, changed it to his setup, and now he has been as quick as 620s. So that tells you that setup is just working. So I wonder if a lot of people are gonna start looking at Coyotes as a viable option in order for you to basically go as quick as possible and have the learning curve be as small as possible. The problem is this: Lund is not gonna tune that if you're gonna fuck with Holly and shit. If you're gonna fuck with Holly and Motec and all that other dumb shit, that is on you, brother. It's on you to make it run. Lund is going to tune stock operating systems because there is no other platform on planet Earth. Listen, there is no other platform on planet Earth than a Lund tuned Coyote that can go stock, run 14, 13s, or 12s, and with the same computer, you can go all the way down to sixes. Name any other platform that with the stock PCM, ECU, whatever you want to call it, you can be running stock numbers, and on the same operating system, you can get all the way down to sixes with one tuner. Only one tuner on the planet can promise you the ability to go from stock all the way to sixes in the quarter mile, over 2,000 horsepower with the same damn computer that the car came with. So we can talk about that, talk about whatever you want to talk about. What do you think of Sick Week? Are you watching it? I'm not really watching it. I'm watching the replays. I'm watching it in 4K. And I have a thought about this. Sorry if I'm yelling. I think, let me see if you guys are with me on this. I think if you attend Sick Week, Drag Week, or any event ducks races, anything, and you want a press pass, meaning you have access to the track, you have the best seat in the house, you have a badass 4K camera, you have everything, you should pay $500 or more, because Sick Week, ducks races, all these places are losing out because I'm waiting for the next day. I'm not interested in showing up to the track on a weekday to watch cars run down the track. I am not going to pay $10.99, $15.99 in the Hillbilly Network for streaming that is subpar. I'll wait for it to see it in 4K the next day with Straight Line Media, the racing vids, or 1320 video. So if the event organizers were smart, they would severely overcharge these media companies, because 1320 video without actual events happening are nothing. They have nothing. They have to travel all the way to Japan to show you a lame ass car show in Japan under a bridge somewhere. And they go, check this out. And you're like, I really don't give a fuck, bro. Like, I give a fuck about guys hooning in the backyard somewhere on some back streets racing. You know, like no prep stuff, cash day stuff. If none of that stuff happens, 1320 video doesn't exist. So I think these people should charge. That's right. Especially if you're an event organizer, because if I'm going to wait for that video to come out the next day, 4K, good quality video, you guys are losing out on my ass getting there to see the event in person. Oh, don't do that. I'm sorry. How much is 1320 video making on Sick Week? Every day at the track for a full day, videoing all day. How much are 9 videos or so gonna generate them over a year? Because it's once a year thing. Is it gonna generate them $30,000, $40,000, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, and then with merch and all this bullshit and the side stories and da 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 da? Or are the racers just happy to be on TV, aka YouTube? Who knows? Who knows? Well, I think they should definitely get charged. Howdy from Australia. Yes, Snot Rocket is one bad motherfucker for sure. Someone said, man, Brennan's a badass with these motors. And I'm like, you mean fast forward race engines? He's not building the motors. I want to see a promo with Lund 2 and FFRE motor. Coyotes are good options, but it is finicky and not as tried and true. Really? Really, 5-1, Drake 5153. Finicky. Really? Coyotes are finicky. That car won that last year's Drag and Drive. Finicky? Tell me what's finicky about a Coyote that is Lund tuned, Lund verified, Lund vetted. Tell me what's finicky, and it can be expensive. Oh, you mean chucking a rod in your LS is not expensive? Please stop. You do not know what you're talking about. You do not know what you're talking about. A bone stock Coyote can go 799 with boost and fuel. Studded. We've seen it happen. Aldo Welds ran a 770 with a bone stock headed block, pistons, rods, every crank, Gen 2 Coyote with a power glide. Finicky? Finicky. Too much moving parts. Okay. They should think of pay-per-view for those events. They do, Nito Diaz. But the problem is the coverage is so bad that nobody's going to pay. Drake must be new here. He's going to get roasted. Exactly. He doesn't understand that Coyotes have been around for over 10 years. They have been vetted. They're only bad when you get shitty engine builders. People that, have the cut key technology and build them, who don't know how to sleeve a Predator block, fuck up the sleeve, and ruin 2 fresh, nice, beautiful Predator blocks, and then their solution to fixing the sleeve is to fill them with concrete. Unbelievable. Drake 5153, the peasant chat was on Sunday, bro. Is Drake 5153 an LS guy by any chance? More than likely, because he does not know what he's talking about. I never say they were bad, just saying why they're not popular. It's THY''RE. It's why they are. Because THEIR is ownership of like a lot of people. That is their car. That is their ride. That is their house. Their THEY''RE is they are. Chat ripping Drake a new one. Exactly. But Alex, Junkyard LS's go 5s all the time. So watching that event just kind of verifies a lot of the things I've been saying for a very long time. You can go fast in anything, but if you want to go the next level, the engine can't make gobs of torque. When you hear a Steve Morris SMX launch in a car that's light, you can just hear that they don't even have half of its power potential to go down the track. Whereas a Coyote seems to be really ripping ass, like stupid. Like you hear an SMX launch, like that Porsche, that blue Porsche. It was like, and then he poured it on and it made, it ran a good number. But the Coyote launches like at 5,800 RPMs, and it is like at 7,500 within like 60 feet, and it's at 9,500 on the shifts, and then you hear the converter lock, shift, unlock, lock, shift, unlock, lock, shift. And I'm like, jeez, they got that shit figured out. That cut key technology, bro, wave of the future. New member of the Whack Pack, Turvey welcomes you, Drake5153. Vic says, is it a bad time to ask Alex what he thinks about a GT manifold for my 23 F-150? So, people are putting 18 and up manifolds on Gen 4 F-150 motor. Look, there is no difference in terms of power output between the Gen 4 F-150 Coyote and the Gen 3. I think it's just a different design but similar power output. I don't know why Ford went with the oil pump design. I'm not a big fan of the oil pump design. It just seems like something else that can go wrong. But maybe they saw something in it that saw either a cost and production gain or let's just say parasitic loss gain, because everything is miles per gallon. Look, these trucks have to meet a certain government standard. Every half-ton truck and passenger car has to meet a certain government standard. The moment government gets involved with anything, it just fucks shit up. Building Daily says, I love LS stuff, but my G8 makes 467 with bolt-ons and a Camera 93. Meanwhile, I'm getting beat by bolt-on 85 Coyotes. Got to give them their props. Lund is the absolute best tool when it comes to do-it-yourself builder in the modern muscle game. This channel, the Coyotes and Lund are the best combo. Thank you so much. Because there are people that are actually saying that I am a detriment to Lund Racing, that I am actually a liability to Lund Racing. And I can make the argument that we are basically symbiotic. We kind of need each other. Let me guess, Drake, those aftermarket block, aftermarket head, aftermarket everything from Panda Intake are so much better, right? Imagine Drake saying that a Coyote is finicky and a stock as cast block, stock as cast heads, stock lifters, stock rockers is out there running 629. No surprise, an LS guy doesn't know the difference between there, and there. It's because they are expensive, not because they're finicky. Ooh, we're going in on English today. Skang mode. Boy, are you English? Are you from England? Checking in late. Been a while since I caught a live. Dave Daly says Drake votes for Biden. Drake sounds like James after Cleetus Red Vet made a good pass. By the way, shout out to the guy James Tall and his tuner Dr. Tunamal for winning the U.S. Nationals. I watched that video. That's the kind of racing content I want. That's the kind of racing content I want to see. I want to see James win and say the F word 800 times. Not because I like swear words. It's because it's real. And I had no idea Dr. Tunamal has AFib. And I felt bad, but I was happy for that team that won. It was a very good video to watch. Like way more entertaining than any Cleetus video. And every year they have to get more effective emissions reductions. Yes, pretty much. Drake is your F-body trans fendered. Scariest words in the English language. I'm from the Gumbit and I'm here to help. The government. I'm like, government. The text box is a little off this stream. Oh, you want it dead center? Here. You don't like this text? Hold on. Let me I gotta select it. You don't like the text box? Text box. Here you go. Here's a text box. How you like that? Fuck you. You don't like it? Switch the channel. I don't care. It'll be right in my face. People get all mad of the placement of the text box. Alex wouldn't be a liability to the entire industry if it wasn't. Alex would be a liability to the entire industry if he wasn't at Lund. Exactly. Go ahead and get me off from Lund. I will come after you. Everything you've done, every people you've stolen from, every deal you fucked over, every private conversation you've had that I've heard about, every group message every group text that has been sent to my inbox. I got folders and folders and folders. Go ahead, do some dumb shit. I will use it all and spill the fucking beans on everybody. It'll be the best show ever. Alex, I wouldn't be tuned by London if it wasn't for you and the knowledge you drop. I'm going to do a Gen 3 Foxbody 12 with the Tremor 266. What rear gear? I'm sure you've answered this 100 times before. If it's boosted on a Gen 3 on a Foxbody, 373s are fine. If it's NA, I like 410s with the T56. The oil pump was changed for added volume for the variable displacement system. They also added another oil return passage for the heads and the oil pan on Gen 4 F150 block. Thank you. That is actually a very good tidbit of information. Alfredo Diaz says, Nito Diaz is right. Where else can you literally get given a power recipe from anything Coyote related? I'm done with the Mustang world. I'll keep mine, but no one will see it again. Going full bore with the new ride, the VR4. Lots of people late for English class. Alex, what do you do for calves in the gym? I'm listening. I was born with good calves, and I just work out calves a lot to keep them in muscular looking, because they were big-ish, but they weren't like formed well. But genetically, I have good calves, and I just do regular raises, and they just respond. It's like that of my upper body is the only part of my body that at 46 years old still responds when you stimulate it, like my cock. Apparently, the Gen 4 F150 motors have less aggressive cams than the Gen 2 and Gen 3. Coyote isn't for broke motherfuckers. Nicer than Bias Play says, Alex, are you buying Murder Nova swag so he doesn't go broke? What's he talking about? Drake, if you want to see Alex's calves, all you got to do is ask. Go to Only Calves on Instagram. Some people treat brakes like rubbers. Only thought about it when needed. Right. Like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I had no parachute, and I had stock Foxbody brakes in the Fairmont. And when... no parachute. Okay? It was an 870 car. It had a bolt-in Anderson roll cage or something, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm finna die in this thing." I still got to get it over to the chassis jail, but Jesus, like, I need a transport service that's reasonable. Does anyone out there know a transport service that's reasonable? A car from West Palm Beach to Pennsylvania? Because I might reach out. Hit me up on the email ydvgforlife@gmail.com. I got to bring the Corvette to Pennsylvania. And I got to bring the Fairmont to Pennsylvania. And if someone has a long enough trailer that they can do 2 in 1, please let me know. Because both cars have to end up in Pennsylvania. I can't take 2 days off of work to drop off 2 cars. That's crazy to me. Anyone in here know or someone has put a Coyote engine in a boat? Yes, there have been a couple of people. One guy did a twin turbo fluid kit in a boat, an ex-employee of Land Racing. Didn't Brett LaSala have a similar situation with his shoe, and you can see the footage of them glowing red? Yes, but he was at Bradenton, and he might have gotten on the brakes a lot sooner than Cleetus did, because he got on the brakes apparently late and ended up in the sand trap. Have squatted 405 and deadlifted 550, but my calves are still trash. So have I. Not 550, but that's not working your calves. So I don't know why you think, Cole Daniel, that deadlifts work your calves. You know what deadlifts do? They fuck up your back. That's all they do. I hate deadlifts. I mean, it's the most useless exercise on the planet. Yeah, impressive you can lift a lot, but all you do is break shit. Like I said with Greg, when Greg ran his ZR1, he needed his ass whooped for replacing carbon ceramics with those damn drag brakes. He needed it for the tire size, Joe Swish, which I still disagree on. I don't see how anyone can see Jeff Lutz's car and think badass street car. I don't know, Alex. Might get rid of the Mustang since Coyote is finicky. Alex, what is up with all these BMW guys calling out everything on the street Alpha podcast like they're the fastest thing on earth? Am I missing something? It's called new money. When new money gets money, they stunt, they talk shit, they flex, they buy chains, they buy watches, they put the money up to the ear as if they're calling somebody, and it's just a stack of money. That's new money behavior. BMW guys finally got a taste of what Coyote, Camaro, and every other V8 guy has had for years. Actual usable horsepower. 900 horsepower, 9-second lap times with minimal mods. That's what V8 guys have had since, 2011, 2012. Now BMW guys have it. But the problem is they're fucking stupid. And they're all-wheel drive. So they'll call you out on the street, but they won't call you out for the track. If a properly vetted Foxbody is done up, it's not going to beat up. It's not going to get beat by many BMWs. But a lot of BMW guys go, well, they're going to stip race. They're going to go, I'll race you. Okay, I'll be at Bradenton. No, I'll race you on the street from a dig. I'm like, whoa. My car's a drag car built for the drag strip. Are you scared? Okay. Are you scared to go to the track with the BMW? Because when I see a BMW at a track, it's not impressive. It's just not impressive. You got it, Ryan. Cleetus can transport them. What about your teeth? What about my teeth? I got a guy. I have a Theo that can do it for a carne asada. Ask Ken about... Stop, Nardi. Oh, bro. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. Spicy, bro. Spicy. Pull up a picture of the Gen 3 block and the Gen 4 from 50 block, and you notice the over. I don't care that much. I really don't care that much. After saving my crank, says Nuxo, I'm debating an ATI. I'm like, ATI. ATI balancer, but worry about losing the front sway bar. Thoughts? Well, what are you doing with the car? I mean, you can get an ATI balancer, but why would the ATI balancer itself make you lose a sway bar? If you want just better dampening control, why not just get a stock OD crank balancer? And you get the added benefit of just a better balancer. But did you mean an overdrive? Because an overdrive is different than a balancer. New money is a great way to put it. But Alex, the internet told me that drag brakes are better for NA builds. The Beamers have finally got a trans pure drivetrain solution. Before that, DCT was trash. Holy shit, never even thought of it that way. I did. I know it didn't work on my calves as much as talking working out stuff. Alex is you said that like 3 times. I finally read it. Drake says, yeah, you miss me, baby. I don't know who he is. People were heating on Mikey Supra because he only does track. People were hating on Mikey Supra because he only does track. Am I supposed to know who Mikey is? You're so right about BMW, guys. 2 BMWs in my complex with the Burble backfire tune, and they drive around in first gear at 6,000 RPM. Not gonna lie, after I boosted my Gen 2 Coyote and you tuned it, man, was I flexing hard for about a week. Alex, spot on with BMW and all-wheel drive cars only doing 6-year-olds on the street. If you're a BMW guy and you got your car to go 9.9 on the street, congratulations. Go to the track and race a track car. My car's a street car. Okay, then call out a guy that drag races at the track with your street BMW that goes 9.9 on the street. Because what happens once grip is introduced? See, a little bit of slip is good for DCTs and all-wheel drive cars. Dead hooking generally is not a good look. And from what I can tell, the BMWs need to slip a little bit. A dead hooking BMW, it's probably going to have a very bad time on a sticky surface. That's why you see them struggle in a sticky surface, but they shine in a slightly looser surface. Asphalt, concrete, street stuff. So they can launch and the thing just launches good. You do that on the street, depending on the launch control and how well prepped the track is, a BMW is not going to run that good at the track as compared to the street. So BMW guys, if you're flexing that you got the baddest shit on the planet, optimize it for the track. If you can get it, if your car is mostly stock and you're on lab coat E50 and you go out there and race a couple of guys on the street, and the suspension is bone stock, what the fuck did you build? Explain to me like I'm a child what you built. If you had some Russian hack into the computer, added 5 pounds of boost, you took out the catalytic converters, put some downpipes in it, and you mix E50 and some Russian did everything else. And you go out there on the stock tires, stock trans, stock everything. What did you build? You didn't build shit. So then you go to the track and the car doesn't perform as good at the track than it does on the street. So now you have to optimize it for the track and you don't even know where to start. What do I do? Which tire do I get? Which suspension do I get? Oh, now it's time to do track shit. The stock configuration works for the street and it doesn't work for the track. Welcome to every racer's dilemma, optimizing cars for the track. DCTs are the worst things to happen to street racing. I want to get a Gen 350 and boost it, and I'll need to get oil pump gears. I've read stuff online, but I want to ask an expert to make sure. No, not if you're NA, but if you're going to rev it really high and you're going to have a lot of boost to it, the radial load on the crank might cause the oil pump gears to get stressed out, especially if you hit a rev limiter. So you might have to be careful and get some oil pump gears, and you get TSS oil pump gears. That's all you got to get. My cousin's X5M drivetrain blue new drive shaft and differential cost him $7,500 without labor. Alex, how do you fit 4 BMW guys on a bar stool? You flip it upside down. I mentioned the big name engine builders building shitty motors at a local shop to take my car to today, and I got quit as fuck. No one wanted to say much. That silence was loud. Okay, let's decipher this message. I mentioned the big name engine builders building shitty motors at a local shop I take my car to today, and it got quiet as fuck is what he meant to say. Quiet as fuck. And no one really wanted to say much. That science was loud. You guys know that there are shops that know that a guy sucks at something. Transmission building, tuning, or engine building. And the shop will stay quiet because they hope that that engine they send out is not going to be an issue. An easy build. But when people like me start speaking up and start educating the general audience as to who I think is legit, who I think is righteous, who I think backs their work and doesn't look for excuses and doesn't start blaming the parts you gave them as the issue, then people start going, oh, well, they get brave and they go, yeah, well, I had issues with him too. And I got like 5 or 6 people in my DM saying, yeah, this guy sucks and he fucked me over on this. And I'm like, well, say it loud and proud, because a lot of people need to hear that there are mistakes happening out there. So 1, the engine builder can fix them and get better, quality control. And 2, so that the general audience understands that everything isn't hunky dory. And when I started talking, you got people in my comments, my DM saying, you don't know what you're talking about. 4 valves have always been like that. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck if 4 valves still always been like that. If it has a key and it got cut and then I had an issue with the valve, then the issue has to do with some of the modifications, no? Or some of the assembly. I'm blown away that some assemblers, because I'm not calling them engine builders anymore unless you got the equipment in the fucking shop. You got a lathe, you got a way of boring, you got a way of honing, you got millions of dollars worth of equipment in your shop. You're an engine builder. If you send it out to a shop and then you come back and assemble it, you're an engine assembler. Are there both radial and bias ply versions of ET Street Rs? Yes. Found the full setup for sale on F14s, but not sure how to tell if radial or bias ply. Also, launch advice for bolt-on manual Gen 2. Bolt-on manual Gen 2, you dump the clutch, just like I did in the Fox. You just got to have a good stiff suspension back there, Steed to stop the hop kit, Warriors in the back, and maybe some good shocks in the front. Take the sway bar out the bitch. Do not let it squat too much. You don't want the tire being stuffed up in the quarter panel because that's fucking stupid. The theory about IRS launching is you want the rear end as stiff as possible. Imagine, and it was told to me, that you have to have the rear end set up like if it's on pogo sticks and very stiff, and let the tire do the work. Let a bit of rotation happen, because the fastest S550 60 foot times, like Brian Luna and Aldo are doing, you don't see a heavy squat happen with those cars. You see more of a rotation of the chassis as opposed to a squat and then the nose up. We definitely don't. We don't co-sign on that kind of thought process of IRS suspension tuning. We'll Talk Entertainment says, Alex, you're so spot on the BMWs and how they perform on the track. I took an M340 I previously owned and experienced a lot of wheel hop. So, you got a BMW. You think you're King Dingaling. You're on the street racing your boy. Okay, cool. It does what it does because it chattered a little bit, but it's gone. You go to the track, and that bitch is sticky icky. Sticky icky icky. And that nice launch you had on the street, you don't got it here no more. Axle, shit starts flying, lug nuts start flying out the bitch. Clutch over temp codes. A whole new world. The track is a whole new fucking world. So because you're badass on the street means fuck all when you take it to a testing tune. When I get keys cut, I go to the hardware store. Dímelo, Alex. What's up, Nestor Barrios? Thoughts on Texas Speed Sleep 5.0s are selling? Not a fucking chance. No thank you. What's up, Tony? Give me 5. Thank you very much. Good boy. Got to be real good at doing stuff. You know, I wonder when Pete's going to have enough. I like him very much. Sir, I think you're very good. But I blink twice. Blink SOS if you want us to save you. Hey, Pete, on the next Cleetus upload, when someone has a camera in your face, blink SOS. And somebody will come save you, okay? You know, just like, you know, the next time actually, no, isn't he out? Didn't he have a transmission issue? Actually, he's good. He saved himself a lot of trouble. Alex, did your DT500 heads fail the test? I haven't heard back. Our radial ET Street is bias ply. Knock test to speed again. Foxbody. John says, so I'm selling all my small block Ford stuff and I'm thinking of doing a Coyote swap. Do you think you can build a Tremec 3550 to hold the Coyote NA? Yes, but the RPM is going to hold you back, Foxbody John. You want a TKX. TKX is better for RPM than a 3550. BMW equals big Mexican women. Nice. Do not run bias plies with a wide radial in the front. Very good. If you had to choose between an M3 or Dark Horse, which one are you taking? I know both of them attract feminine Gen Zers with pronouns as their target audience. M3. Not even close. And M3 is turbo and much quicker. Yeah, of course. You plan on getting an LRX for Section 8? More than likely. What happened to Mexico Racing League? They stopped racing after running a number? No, Brian Luna has a family. Brian Luna is responsible, and he has a business. So once the car comes back out during racing season, aka Texas 2K, because look, Houston closed down the track. So you would, but they'd still have the 8th mile track up in like Pasadena or some shit. I don't know what the hell it is. It's like super ghetto area, but they have a good 8th mile track up there. So once the car gets settled and, you know, Brian Luna has enough time, the family's good. He was taking his family up to Tokyo and shit. Brian Luna's not stupid. He has to keep the marriage intact, okay? If he just does race shit, he'll be divorced in a heartbeat. Tracks ain't stick anymore. It's all no prep now. An M3 snapped an axle the other day at the track. He almost totaled it on video. I don't wish that on anybody, but I think they flex so hard on the street. The track is college. See, you're doing high school learning shit on the street. Guys that think they're popping on the street come to a track and then they start this is what a street guy says when he comes to a track. My car's set up for the street, so it don't work at the track. Okay, then whatever you did on the street to make it work on the street, stay at the track, do some vetting, and figure the car out at the track. No, they blame the fact that they're street hustlers, that they're street motherfuckers. They're down like that, so they don't fucks with the track stuff. And I would say, you don't know even where to start. Maybe you got to figure it out on the street. And I'm not talking about the Billy Badass guys. The Billy Badass guys know what to do on both ends. But what I'm saying is, typically, guys that do well on the street don't do that well on a prepped track. I was told by a guy with multiple deep six cars, if you're logging suspension travel and it's more than 1.6 inches squat, you're losing time on the whole shot. I don't care. Well, talking to Tim, says, and yes, I got the code that my clutch was overheating. It's nice, bright wrench icon, M43i track experiment over. Thank you very much. Well, I appreciate you. Because a lot of people don't like hearing that I'm on the money with stuff. I'm kind of tracking on the right situation. Little Tony's got to go. Tony's got to go. He's bothering me. Oh, no, shut the door. Get out of here. Go. Get out of here. Get out of here, Tony. Ah. He'll bother you nonstop if you let him. So you got to put some boundaries on this dog. You can't just let him rule. I know these people that just let their dog get away with murder. I'm like, fuck that. This is a structured environment here. They might be putting stuff back soon. They just restarted memberships. What are you talking about? Yellow Belly. Hey, Alex, is it worth giving a Roadrunner the ARP treatment to live in the 900 Road? Yes. It's all about sealing the gasket. And if you have a stock bolt struggling to keep the gasket sealed down tight, studs are a good idea. Not Luntu. That's what no prep guys are saying about prep guys. Right. Prep guys, they have a complete car that is set up to do nothing but track stuff. But then what happens? Those guys start venturing into the no prep stuff because the no prep stuff, there's more money. And those guys at least have some data. But I've never seen, except for maybe Jeff Lutz and a couple of others, guys, okay, no, actually, I'm wrong. I haven't seen a street outlaw guy dominate a prepped event. I haven't seen a prepped event dominant guy like an LDR guy or a Pro 275 guy run a no prep situation good. I think they're totally different disciplines. It's tennis and baseball. Okay, you're both swinging a thing to hit a ball, but the whole thought process is completely different. Actually, softball and baseball, and I'm not going to say one's worse than the other. They're two totally different disciplines. A badass softball player is probably a big fat fucking load. He grabs the barrel at the end, crosses his fingers, right? And then he has a whip effect and he has a downward stroke on the ball. Boom! Generates a ton of backspin. And the thing goes 400 feet with a composite bat that's $800. A baseball player has a pitch that's going downhill with movement at 98 miles an hour. He cannot chop down at the ball. He has to either be super level or slightly uppercutting the ball. Slightly. To have the bat in the zone longer. Two similar disciplines with different approaches. No prep and prep. That's the best way I could do it. And that's my talent analogies. I would never do no prep. It's worse than the street. I understand you have to remove the sway bar to put an ATI dampener on. If there's a way around that, let me know. No, whatever you got to do it, Papa. Whatever you got to do it. This. If you're looking to put shit on and you got to remove or unbolt, guy, I unbolted my sway bar like in 30 minutes, 40 minutes, if that. It's not that much of a deal. The guy with the Hemi GTR won a prepped event. Which one? Oh, World Cup. There you go. It's still real to me, damn it. Ayo, grabs the barrel, pause. I know a guy who can haul your cars. He normally charges an arm and a leg, but in your case, just a calf. Coach Flores. Yes, I had to remove my sway bar for the ATI crank support. Don't need it if you're running skinnies anyway. Exactly. Alex, when at bat, back elbow up or down. Okay, so when you're batting, you are like this. When you're following through, you want to keep it. I'm one of these guys that brings it to the last second, and then it's like a weird twist rotation. So I'm basically keeping it way up and then bringing it down depending on your hip motion. But I typically keep my elbow up. Call me crazy. Big OG Twin Turbo says, hey, Alex, you know how much power a boost a 1080 can take before I have to get it built? Looking at getting an ESS G3 rated to 750 to 950 variable horsepower. It's only street car shit, mainly roll racing friends. Thanks in advance. Omar Garza at Texas 2K went 940, 930 with a bone stock 1080 and a Edelbrock 2650. The Edelbrock 2650 with like a 3.0 pulley or 275 or 2.8 was generating 17, 18 pounds of boost. That was like a 900 rear wheel horsepower car. So he was on a bone stock trans. Understand though, you're on stock clutches. So you might be okay on the street, but the moment you go to the track and you have grip, those clutches are going to stress the fuck out. And any weak point is going to show up sooner than later. Nutso has that crank snapper blower. Does dude know he's misspelling your name every time, or he doesn't give a fuck? I don't care. I think no. I think he. You mean when he says Alrix? Isn't that a line from Team America World Police? Wrong. That GTR did not win World Cup. Thank you, Craig Walls, Mr. Billet Noonan. The GTR did not win World Cup. And who won World Cup? Wasn't it it wasn't the Camaro? Was it another? Was it the black Camaro? Craig Walls? Was it the black 5-second Camaro twin turbo deal that won that shit? Like a Pro 275 car? Let me know, Craig Walls. Now, Zubai's Ply, what's up, brother? That right, elbow up. Hit us up for ATI needs. DNA High Performance. DNAHighPerformance.com. ATI, nitrous kits, Forge Star F14s, Forge Star CF10s, for Whipple kits, Paxton kits, Vortec kits, anything for any car you could ever think of, injectors or whatever, DNAHighPerformance.com. Craig Noonan Walls in the building. But Alex, do you shake the bat waiting for the pitch? No. I don't. I stay pretty still. I wiggle it, you know. I wiggle my bat down here like a cock, and then it comes up at the like Mark McGuire used to do. I used to mimic Mark McGuire with the batting stance. Wicked 50 says, Alex, which drive shaft would you recommend for a 17 boosted GT, 740 horse, Mickey Thompson daily driver, carbon fiber, aluminum? I am not a carbon fiber fan. Nothing wrong with carbon fiber, but I'm not a carbon fiber fan. Now, to be honest with you, I like it for like my GT500 has like a steel drive shaft, like a chrome moly motherfucker. I am not playing around when it comes to drive shafts. Okay, I don't want the thing disintegrating at the line, and I don't want the aluminum breaking and having an issue and taking out my transmission. I have a chrome moly motherfucker in the bitch. I'm sick of gay car guys, man, says Line of Lads. Shoddy in the back, round ready for the haters. No worries, Mark Benson Jr. won my engine builder. Mark Benson Jr.? Mark Benson Jr. World Cup. Let's see who he is. John Odom and Mark Benson face off at the finals. Let me pause it. Okay. Yes, it's the black Catfish Camaro, right? The black Catfish Camaro was the one that I saw. Let me see. Why do they show the burnout? Yeah, that car, dude. Sick as fuck. Now, Craig Walls, is this guy a no prep guy at all? This guy is a no prep guy. This guy's a street outlaw, quote unquote GTR with a Hemi. This guy is, I don't know, twin turbo what? Tell me the combo, Craig Walls. Back half city. Oh my God. 569, dude. He trucked him in the back half. Guys, this looked like John Lund's runs. Look at the GT art was out at the 60. And look at the back half of this fucking Camaro. Oh my effing God. 569? Sheesh. See, you thought Brett was fast. Then you see this and you go, okay, this is nothing against Brett. Car's badass. But this is a different level situation we're talking about here. God damn, Craig Walls, what is the combo on that car? My God, this is not fair. Pro 275 car. A guy that does prepped runs all the time. And Pro 275 car guys are what? 380 cars in the 8th? 380, 390 cars in the 8th? Unbelievable. DNA needs Corvette parts. Hey, DNA High Performance, you sell Corvette parts. Hey, they do. Dino Tech or Tech Bears, gotta go. Catch a replay. Blown Hemi GTR, 10 mile an hour. Cast block, cast heads, 20-year-old big block Chevy with twin 94s. Really? Craig Walls, that's even more impressive. The fact that it's a cast block, cast head, 20-year-old big block Chevy with twin 94s. That's even more impressive. Don't get me wrong. Coyotes are badass. That's another level. That is another level. With aluminum drive shaft, do your homework. The diameter need for your power level could cause fitment issues with your exhaust. You're just dumping the exhaust. Personal lesson. I know. 20-year-old BBC. Don't forget, John Odom is a billionaire. How did he make his money? That quarter mile, baby. I love that quarter mile, bro. I love seeing quarter mile races because John Odom probably would have beat him to the 8th, right? John Odom, I think, beat him to the 8th, or is there a time slip? Craig Walls, you know, because, okay, let me see if I can spot it here. I'm just going to leave this up. Fuck, I got to move some stuff around. New sponsor. Get this out of here. So let's, let me see where the 8th is. Right around there, I would say. Right around this guy's hugging the wall. I would say the 8th is around there. And, you know, you could make the case that John Odom was ahead, but it is very obvious how the Camaro was back halfing. Oh, my Lord. Oh, this is, you know, the more I learn about these combos, the more I'm impressed by them. I love a good vetted combo. And he's a 20-year-old big block Chevy that's been around the block forever. I mean, you got to respect it if it runs like that. Bro, unbelievable. DNA says he has Corvette parts, so hit him up. He's a billionaire, literally Leon Phelps, back half racing. No joke. been beating on it for a long time and really refined the combination. Wait a minute. He's had the combo for 20 years, just keeps tweaking and tweaking and tweaking, and he is now in the 560s. Shout out to him, because imagine the people that constantly change combos all the time. Look, Alejandro Flores. Let's say Alejandro Flores has money. I'm not building a Coyote. Maybe a big block Chevy. If I want to go drag racing in that capacity, it's going to be a big block, twin 80, 90 somethings. Okay? Coyote's great. I love it. But if I want to push shit in, if I'm going drag racing, it's not going to have a Coyote in it. Couple of reasons. Servicing. If a Coyote engine goes bad, you got to drop in another one. Right? If a Coyote engine goes bad, let's say you're pressurizing the crankcase. Let's say the cylinder head, you lifted it. By the time you diagnose it, fix it, and think you can turn around and get it back in there, it's a long, arduous process because it is labor intensive. Now, something like a Billet Noonan situation, and Craig Walls, let me ask you, Craig Walls, is your motor one of those motors that can come apart pretty easy and service it pretty easy in the pits? Let's say you burn up a head gasket. Hell, let's say you got to replace a piston or two. Worst case scenario. And you're set up for it. You're set up for it. How difficult is it to swap stuff out? Because on a Coyote, vaya con Dios, put another motor in it. Anyone know how much an all aluminum 302 small block Ford is? The Coyote's wicked, but I'm guessing a little heavier. Yeah, I don't know about weight. That's a good one. All Gen Z thinking about big black dongs when they see BBC. Exactly. I mean, even I think that because, I'm gay. What size BBC, Craig Walls? Don't answer, Craig. Don't answer. 10.5 inches. Do not answer. DNA coming in clutch. Why not the Hemi for big boy racing? Because, I don't know. So the design has been vetted for years. Parts are plentiful. And let's just say, look, if I had the money, I'm saying big money, big boy racing, it's going to be a big block Chevy. I can make 2,000 horsepower in a big block Chevy, and the big block Chevy is I'm good. The problem, I think, with Cleetus and his SMX is I don't think he has the right chassis for that. Nothing against his car. His car's badass and it's fast. But I don't think he has the chassis for that situation. So, even if he has a 4-link, even if he has a Billy Badass stuff, he's like out of chassis. Literally out of chassis. You can just see it because the moment he starts pouring the power on, it just has an issue, and it either starts to do a wheelie or it just doesn't run the number. So, I'm sorry, I'm getting texted. Can people not text me while I'm on the fucking show? I'm doing a fucking show. So why are you texting me, bro? I'm blown away that people text me in the middle of the show. My girl heard you roast me about going to the strip on street tires last week, so she got me a drag pack for the weekend. She's down for the cause. Getting roasted on the chat has its benefits. BBC versus BBF a la 460, aren't they similar? Again, a big block Chevy is vetted, more parts, more plentiful, cheaper to build. So, how much is building a big block Chevy to make 2,000 horsepower? Okay, let's hammer that out. So, turbo size. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. I'm stupid. But I'm going to say the motor. And I'm going to tell somebody, okay, I want a 500 something cubic inch big block Chevy. I want it to withstand about 2,000 wheel horsepower. And the guy's going to go, that's it? I'm going to go, yeah. Okay. That's fairly simple. Rods, pistons, good flowing head, badass cam, turbo cam spec, and whatever intake it. I guarantee that it is easier to service and cheaper than a Coyote by far. The impressive thing about the Coyote is the packaging is so small in comparison, and it is displacing only 300 cubic inches or so, and it is out there running stupid numbers in a 3,000 pound car. You got to give it its respect. But if Alejandro Flores is going racing and there is no limit, and I just want to run the number for the sake of running the number, big block Chevy, twin turbo, vaya con Dios. Do you know how much you can spend on a Hemi versus a big block Chevy? That's why people don't use a Hemi. Motherfucker needs the right people behind him. No, I think he needs the right chassis. Like, I honestly think the SMX would be better in that stupid McFlurry car than the El Camino. Most everything on my motor is made to service easily, says Craig Walls. 2-piece, O-ringed oil pan, O-ringed intake, and such. Take apart, service whatever's fucked up, put it back together within an hour and a half or two. A Coyote? No fucking way. Like, no fucking way. You need to take the whole front end apart. The front cover, which isn't a big deal, but the damper has to come off that. I mean, depends on what's wrong. Let's say a cam cap breaks, like happened to Brett before. Is the journal bad? If the journal's bad, the head's bad. Or do you just risk it for the biscuit and hope it's going to be okay for the rest of the run? Who knows? Off the shelf Mercury, big block Chevy boat motor is making 1650 with a warranty. Check DNA, but I'm going to get my front soon. Receive my backs almost instantly. Now, get a 572 Keith black brown Hemi with 1671 blower. Alex, what do you think about the new 6.8 liter Mustang? Jacob Brandenberry says, if money was no object and you could build whatever you wanted, would you build a big block blower car or a big block turbo car? Big block turbo car. All day, every day. Wait for his words on the BBC versus Coyote. I already did. I already did. See, I'm not a fanboy. I'm not stupid. If Alejandro Flores wants to build a Billy badass car to go drag racing and push people's shit in, it's going to have a big block Chevy in it. I love the Coyote, but I'm not stupid. I will talk to the people that know the most, run the best numbers, and mimic some of that combo instead of going through the growing pains of a Coyote. Coyote's great. I love it, and it will support everything, but I am not going to run a stock computer Coyote to competitively drag race in events like Pro 275, LDR, and all these other things. I'm just not going to do that. It's too many variables. Too many variables. Stock bottom end Gen 2 Cali Special S550 6R better than a big block Chevy. Okay. Okay. That's because Top Fuel Hemi is adapted version, $25,000 plus. Oh my Lord, you guys are going after it. Monty 540 says you can swap a number 9 and 10 cam caps easy on a overhead cam engine. Yeah, I figured out that if, like, imagine you say you're a badass engine builder, and you blame everything else but your assembly skills on the build going bad, and a dumb layman like me can notice that you put the number 9 cam cap on the 10 and the 10 on the 9, and I'm like, can you please explain that? Well, that's how it was when I got it. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. When you start looking for excuses, well, that's how I got it, so I wasn't going to rock the boat. Okay, whatever you say, buddy. Like, I'm sick and tired of the excuses, and then once I started hearing some excuses, I was like, I'm done. I'm just going to charge them the money that is going to cost me to fix the head and go from there. You mentioned this long ago, and I can't stop thinking about it. Dark Cleat, meeting up with these street guys and waxing fools. That's the content I'd watch. There has to be a story arc in an alternate universe where Cleetus is like JJ the boss, and he's talking all that shit on the street. See, what I need to do is sample Cleetus's voice and make him just start saying some nasty shit like JJ the boss does. JJ the boss doesn't give a fuck. He's a street motherfucker.
Whenever I jerk off, I think of that one time Big Chief bent over to adjust his wheelie bar, and I saw a little bit of his ass crack. Man, if that bull ever let me ride his junk, he'd never know.
Oh man, JJ is so yeah. If Garrett actually started talking that shit and put his time and effort into like street shit, I think it'd be so cool. But I don't think he wants his brand to go down that route. And eventually, vanilla grows stale. You want some chocolate. You want some sprinkles. You want that half and half. Like when I saw James Tall in his Camaro, wins the race, right? And he goes, fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! And every other word was fuck yeah, shit. I'm like, that's a real dude. I like that. Alejandro Flores, an adult. I like that. I like when a guy is real. Not saying that Cleet ain't real, but when you talk to him, he gives you that 1,000-yard stare. He's looking right through you. He is not, you are talking to him and he's thinking about video ideas, helicopter shit. He's got family, wife, tracks, issues, neighbors. And I'm like, he is not looking at you when you're talking to him. He is thinking about everything else and he's talking at you, not to you. As Alex's engine builder failed color by numbers. What's on your 351 notch? Go watch the videos. Weather is nice in Texas right now, and then only rears everywhere. It's okay still to make fun. What car would you put that combo in? The Hush Money. Hush Money is my ride or die. Every car can go, but not Hush Money. Hush Money will stay ever. Someone said Great Value bread is better than Wonder Bread. Damn. I caught that stutter on the BBC. Nice. Late comment, but just transport the cars yourself. Oh, okay. My time ain't worth shit, right? My time ain't worth shit. So 2 days to drop off one car. 48 hours. Gone from my life to drop off a car somewhere. Man. Dark Cleat introducing new projects, concentration camp, border crisis, and the hard R. Nestor Bear says Cleat would probably send you a cease and desist. So that's the other thing. We started talking about these events should start charging people like 1320 Video and all the other agencies or conglomerates that make a lot of money covering the event in 4K. And that's what I watch. I watch Fred. I watch Fred from 1320 Video because I like him. And I see him cover it and I like it. And it is great to watch. And I am not going to ever watch a live stream with drones and a guy yelling in the mic. And I'm like, no, I'm good. So what happens if, let's say, Fred posts something that Cleetus did before Cleetus posts it? Does Cleetus have a problem with that? I heard through the grapevine on a live stream at Bradenton. There's this guy that does street heat night live streams on Bradenton on YouTube. And every time Cleetus comes up, he cuts the camera off. And I'm like, wait, why are you cutting the camera off? He goes, because I was questioned as to why I am putting that out there live. And I'm like, wait a minute. Please tell me Cleetus and other YouTubers are not going out there telling you that you cannot post their runs on a public day, night, not a private track rental or nothing, on a public street heat test and tune. And that you have to like, listen, I'm like, fuck you. Post whatever the fuck I want. Suck a dick. Now, not because of that, I'm going to follow you everywhere and post everything. You know, like I'd be an asshole like that. But that's a rumor I heard. That's not saying that it actually happened. But when I heard him say that on the live stream, I said, you're telling me Cleetus is telling people not to post runs of his car before he does? Man, get out of here. Then run it at your own fucking track. Close everything down. Rent the whole track to yourself. Only allow you and your people in. And then you can have exclusivity to the runs. I got TBMs front and rear on my Gen 2 and it stops fine. Alex, no shoe. Okay. What, your 9-second car? The story of how Hush Money came to be is awesome. EPA's in the house. Says, sorry I'm late. I heard Mustang Lifestyle is a tuner now with 2 O's. I understand your time is money. Depends on what's worth more. Cars being fucked up or your time. You're not wrong. But I don't want to take time off of work because I hate taking time off of work. I really do. I just hate taking time off of work. Not because I'm some, ass kisser. It's because when I come back, those tickets aren't like closed. Those tickets still are on my list. The guys handle them and then they bam. And I come back to 60 fucking tunes when everyone else has, 30. And I'm like, no, fuck that. I'd rather stay. The way Akbar transports car, you're probably safer hauling Hush Money yourself. Just saying, God damn it. Okay. I got to decide to go probably next weekend. So I'll hit up the Lunds and let them know that I'm going to be going probably next weekend. I got to drop the Corvette off. First at Calamar Transmission. Then come back, get the Fairmont, drive to Pennsylvania again, and drop off the Fairmont. God damn it, I don't want to do that. Bill for Speed says, hey, Alex, how much better do you think the Voodoo heads are compared to the Jet? Way better. 10,000 times better. A bazillion times better. But you need to run a cam that fits that journal. And then that cam phaser profile has to fit the generation computer you're tuning it with. I've said this many times. I would think if you're running skinnies in the front that you would be limiting that factor. Every time Cleetus came up to the stage, okay. Skinnies, since we're being grammar Nazis. LuTube versus TV does live streams at Bradenton. Gotcha. That's the guy. I think LuTube is the guy that said that Cleetus has called people to tell them to kindly take the video down or don't post it before he puts it up. My concern is being street car with no sway bar versus blow my engine though. Nuxo, let me ask you a fucking question. Do you turn really hard with that car? Do you think that removing the sway bar somehow makes the car ridiculously unstable in a straight line? Do you think the Lunds have a sway bar in their car? Do you think Brett LaSala has a sway bar in the front of his car? Do you think Cleetus has a sway bar in the front of his car? Do you road race the car? Sway bar is not going to like make you crash worried about not having a sway bar. Then you've never driven a Foxbody. The Mustang Lifestyle Sauce is Nortorque table calibration and 32 degrees of timing regardless of power, adder, or fuel. Elver says the Grey Goose has 350 heads. Correct. Why not see if the Lunds would help you out on a haul on the cars up while you haul the other? No. Because now you're taking two tuners away from the tuning system. Are you psycho? How is that a fix? Okay. Alex, oh wait, what's it say here? Joe Swish? Let's just get off of Cleetus' bullshit. Who cares? What's the difference between the 350 head and a GT500 head? Not 100% sure, to be honest with you. I'm not a machinist, or I'm not really diving deep into engine shit. Give you valve sizes and stuff. I have a sway bar, yeah, but you turn and you're slow in a straight line. So what are you gonna do? Long as nothing hitting speed bumps and railroad tracks at 80 and you're fine. My guy's probably running a full drag pack with skinnies, but is worried about a front sway bar. Bro, unless you're on road course or something, you'll never even notice a missing sway bar. Took mine off years ago. If you're not carving corners, you're fine without a sway bar. Think of all of the guys running skinnies in the front and they're not worried, right? If you have skinnies in the front, but you're worried about the sway bar, you're retarded. Like legitimately retarded. What? It's time to do race car shit in my race car? Nuxo. Look, now let's talk about real quick before we end the show about racers that used to make fun of YouTubers who now are on YouTube. So maybe about 5 years ago, this show started to pop a little bit and other shows started to pop a little bit and other channels like the Dude in Blue and all these other guys, and they started getting some notoriety. And sometimes they would say stuff that's incorrect. I tried to be as factually based as possible based on experience. I never was claiming to be some kind of expert. So what you started seeing a lot on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that is racers that fancy themselves down for the cause. We're racing. Those guys started making fun of YouTubers. Oh, well, then go ahead and listen to a YouTuber. They don't know what the fuck. They YouTube race, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, are they talking about me? Because if you're talking about me, say my fucking name. Like, don't just sit there and be, slightly, say my fucking name if you're talking about me. Like, drop some knowledge. Say, hey, Alex doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, and this is why. No, that never happened. It was very slight because they know what happens if they get on my radar. I'm going all in. There are certain people in this industry that I don't like that I've held grudges for years. And it's because the way they acted 5-6 years ago. I do not forgive or forget shitty behavior. And then all of a sudden, water under the bridge, things are cool because you need me or you need my type of knowledge to help you grow in the platform. Fuck that. So now what are you seeing? A lot of these legitimate racers that were criticizing YouTubers back in the day, now they're on YouTube telling you about their builds and how awesome it is and how blah, blah, blah. And because they want to get some of that YouTube money. When people like us, we're doing it for 12 years or so, we're kind of veterans at this game, in the car game. And we have to basically bring up whatever we can to entertain you guys for an hour and a half or an hour or for 10 minutes, depending if it's video stuff. But now you're starting to see people that were talking that mad shit about YouTube end up on YouTube. Steve Morris on YouTube. I think he should get off. Steve Morris should just get the fuck off of YouTube, bro. Concentrate on your engines. Concentrate on what you got going on. That's what you're good at. The YouTube stuff is not for you because every single time I see you post on YouTube and your shit fails, It makes me think you're less competent as a builder, which is probably incorrect. You're probably way better than what your channel dictates. The amount of mistakes and self-inflicted wounds that you show on the channel make me not want to do any business with you. Imagine you're a machine shop, not an engine builder. You're a machine shop, and you're constantly showing the fuck-ups because fuck-ups get views. Look at my engine building process. The reason I'm documenting my engine building issues is because I need to get paid, because it's going to be another 10 grand out of my pocket by the time it's all said and done. You don't think after the shop that's doing my cylinder heads, the parts that I bought, and then L&M assembling it, you don't think that's going to be another 10 grand? I can bet you it's going to be another 10 grand cumulatively. Who takes corners at high speeds with skinnies? No one. If you ride with skinnies, you don't need a sway bar. Borrow, rent the Lund's truck and trailer and take both if they wouldn't. They don't have a truck to fit 2 cars at the same time. They don't have a trailer, They don't have a trailer that tows 2 cars at the same time. And they would never let me borrow it to drive it for a fucking 1,000 miles. Jeeps, talking about Jeeps. Then don't run the balancer. Pick one, holy shit. 350 has longer decks for longer valves. There you go. That dude in blue got built Coyote swap S13. Pretty sick. Love the new lift you picked up. Looks like one hell of an awesome setup. It is nice. Some people give me pointers on it to put roller wheels. Relax, guys. I am not going to go crazy modifying this thing. I'm going to use it as it's intended. It's going to stay stationary in one little spot. I'm going to jack the cars up, do my best to get the Corvette up there in the air when I need to. But for now, I don't need the Corvette in the air at all. All I need is the notch and the S197 in the air. FLKA is trying YouTube now. Terrible. Of course, man. How can you have a YouTube channel when you're a fucking dumbass and everything you've popped off about suspension parts is 100% wrong based on our experience? Tuners that tune thousands of cars per month and help customers get down the track by the thousands. And every single time they use your shit, it sucks. And we have to unfuck it. A YouTuber struggle plot is tried and true. I feel the same way about Steve Morris. He's kind of a goofball. I don't think he's a goofball. I think he's likable. But the problem is, it's very obvious he's trying to come across as desperate. The disclaimer in the beginning of his video is pretty funny. In the beginning of the video, I'll show you his disclaimer on the beginning of his videos. Steve Morris. The beginning of his videos have an interesting disclaimer. Oh my God. Stupid. Oh no, he didn't have it on this one. Let me see. Here we go. There's like a caution. There we go. This is it. This is what's in the beginning of his videos. Caution, you might learn something from watching this. And I do. The more I watch you, the less I want to do business with you. So maybe stop making YouTube videos. Bring your reputation back up. Get off of the YouTube. It's not working for you. Yes, you have a lot of followers. Blame Cleetus for that. Now the Cleetus guys are following you and they think you're the most awesome dude ever. And there's a good revenue stream. I'm sure you're making $25,000 to $50,000 a month, depending on merch and all this stuff. So it's a great revenue stream. But I don't want to use it for engine and building stuff because every time I see you tuning on something, running something, it's either broken, you forgot the oil pump, you forgot to log it, you forgot the boost controller, you forgot, and I'm just like, I can't. Alex, have you seen a benefit from using AI for your shorts reels? I'm just curious if you have even seen a review of that kind of stuff. Yes. So I am using opusclips.ai. And there was another one I was using that was doing the titles, but it was too expensive. It was $80 a month. And I said, that is not worth it because people generally just watch the video and skip forward and do their thing. So Opus Clips, the good thing is that's the one that puts the little captions in front of your shit and makes AI clips and it clips them for you. But it does like an okay job. I'd rather listen to the show myself, clip it, have better quality video, post it with full screen. Opus Clip makes it that weird size and it centers it and it puts the captions on there. And I don't see that generating more traffic than a organic clip that I clip that I think is funny. Opus Clip kind of does a shitty job at it. Alex, has Lund sold 200 LRXs yet? 179 in 2 weeks. I'm sorry, 3.5 weeks. 3. Apparently, this is a thing we all do. 3. How do you do the 3? Like when you do number 3, do you go like this or do you go like this? I go like this, but sometimes I go like this, and it's like people get confused because that's 4, but I go like this, like 1, 2, 3. Some people go 1, 2, then they go like this, 3. Which apparently this is the white power logo or some shit. I think he has too much going on at once. Steve Morris reminds you of Nelson Racing Engines. I don't know anything about Nelson. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Sell your car in my Freightliner, Alex. Alex, is it time to update the Baltron so you don't have to confuse potential new subs as they grow? What do you mean? Baltron? What's wrong with Baltron? Like that? How dare you make fun of Baltron? I was thinking about your lift dilemma with the pucks. You might be able to cut some 2x6 planks for those recessed areas. Correct, Eric Hill. That's what I'm going to do. It fits under the Corvette. The problem is Z06 and Grand Sport guys don't understand that the King Daddy ZR1 has carbon fiber side skirts, and it sits lower than their Grand Sport and Z06. Thumb and two fingers. Thumb and two fingers? This is what you do for the number 3? You say number 3? This is what you do for number 3? I go like this. Peace, y'all. I'm behind the chat. Oops, I guess not yet. Nelson is a joke. I've read some serious horror stories. Okay. Staying away from the Oprah's clit. Thanks, but no thanks. What's happening there? Nelson Racing Engines made the Helenor. That's how I discovered him. All Things Boost says thoughts on a 2.6 over a 2.3. Okay, stop. I've answered this question a bazillion times. Please stop. Please stop. Okay? This question has been answered 5,000 fucking times. It's not even funny, and I'm not going to rehash history because you didn't hear that episode. Go back and listen to the old episodes as to why a 2.3 is fine. And a 2650, unless you're looking to make 1,000, is stupid. I don't know what you're talking about, Jacob. I don't know what you're talking about. 440 Windsor with ITBs is stupid. That sounds really, really fucking stupid. What the hell is Tony hiding at? I locked him out of the room. He's going to come in here and just bother me all day because when he hears me screaming here, he gets amped up. And the moment I say goodbye, he fucking loses his mind because he knows he's going to go out for one more time. So, I'm going to keep him out of the room. It's a car channel. YouTube AI uses faces in the algo. Baltron is a funny inside joke, but the algo doesn't like that. So you're saying on my channel? Let me see. You're saying my channel picture right here. What the fuck? YouTube just opened the fucking picture. Edit profile picture. Okay, let's edit the profile picture. Let's do it together. Change. What should it be? I mean, I don't have a picture of myself anywhere. Let me see if I have just a picture of like my Mustang or something, or Hush Money. Let me see. I had Turvy. I definitely have Turvy. If I have the GT500 or something, I'll put it up there. Let me see. Apparently, people say that the algo doesn't like the. There we go. Perfect. I'll just put the red car back up there again. There you go. Publish. So if you hit reload, you'll see the red car back up there, and it wants me to verify I'm me. How do you want me to verify I'm me? Do you want me to like third party fucking check my phone shit? I hate that. The authentication stuff. I'm just trying to change a picture. Google. I'm just trying to change a picture, bro. I'm not trying to like rob a bank or anything. I'm just trying to change a fucking picture. Oh my god, it's being fucking stupid. Here we go. Yes, it's me. I don't even know what number it is. It hasn't popped up yet. It's asking me to verify if I'm me for changing the profile photo. Wow, how stupid that is. Some things are great. Some things are really stupid. And that 5,000 party, third party bullshit is annoying as hell. This is a room. I thought it was a living area. You must have a big ass place, Alex. This is not a living area. This is a bedroom. It's a bedroom. You guys think this is a living area? There's another bedroom bigger than this, a whole nother bathroom, a whole nother walk-in closet, a whole nother living room, dining room and kitchen and laundry room. Like, I love that people think this is where I eat, sleep, and watch TV. This is the office. Okay, this is the office. I seen on a Diesel podcast something about a win against an EPA. Didn't watch the whole video. Don't care. Alex got the 0-0, the double buck in the Beretta, and the case Pookie in the bread. Yeah, I got it right here. I got it right here just in case stuff pops off. You know, I keep it in here. I keep it in here, and I got a little thing on the side of the deal talking to shh, you know, just in case things gotta get slid in, just in case somebody wants to slide. Alex, they make a plastic metal like puck spacers for your Corvette. I know, God damn it. I know, Pat, hit live. I've only had this conversation a trillion times. This motherfucker got a mansion of an apartment. People think, right? People think this is where do you think this is my only bed? There's no bed. Would you see a bedroom here? There's no bed here. That's a bathroom. That's a huge walk-in closet. Like it goes way up in there. So, and then you have the, you know, living room, a whole other bedroom. I even have a hallway. Like, I like how people think this is small. I'm like, okay, this is probably bigger than your houses. Like, there are a lot of people that brag about them owning a house in Alabama somewhere at 1,000 square feet. And I'm like, this is 1,000 square feet. Actually, more. Right. Some motherfuckers think Alex lives in a studio with a Shih Tzu. Idea for a video. Most asked questions answered, so you can just refer to anyone for that video. Nah, fuck that. Just watch my shit. No giveaway today. What the fuck do you think? Excuse me. Gave away a PMAS cold air and gave away a hat and shirt. Two things last weekend. What the fuck? I said once a month, not every Tuesday. My goodness. It's in the background. We see the Blicky. Don't know what you're talking about. Not gonna lie, I thought that was the living room. You thought this was the living room? You thought this was the living room over here? This little closet? You thought that was the living room? You thought that closet was the living room? Come on, people. Do you keep the shells in the tube or do you leave it empty? As I always left the tube filled and the chamber empty, but open the case. I needed to load it quick on my 12. So you could have the tube full, and just, I don't know, do whatever you want to do it, charge it once, but I don't like leaving any live stuff in there. So on the side of the Blick, this is basically double-sided tape. I'm going to cover it up. So this is double-sided tape. I have one of these on the side. Okay. So all I have to do is just grab and go. So grab one, throw it in there, and I can just throw one right in that bitch and let it fly. Give us a tour of your apartment and the address, please. Kidding. My house is like 1,900 square feet. Even I know that's average. Need an apartment tour. It was the EC relocation that was the turbo deal breaker. Correct. Homie fiending for that rubber booty giveaway. Wait, didn't you put a turbo on it because of a sway bar fitment? Just asking. So RC Connection, the issue with the BL Fab kit that I had was the following. Number one, exhaust location. I had to cut a hole in my bumper. I said no. Number two, clearance. I had to clearance everything. Number three, PCM relocation and rewiring. The guy I sold the kit to had to he had to take his PCM and move it under the shit, extend wires. I stopped, took it apart, got an ESS kit, put it on in 7 hours, made almost 800 horsepower. I'm good. Ghost load on a Beretta or Benelli? You can ghost load on a Beretta. You got a Blick for Tony? No. An unloaded tool is useless by the time it's loaded. You done. I get it, but you don't understand how I have it loaded. Like you think I'm gonna have it on me when the ops are like, you gotta get it. Like, you think you sleep with it? Cole Daniel, do you sleep with yours like this? Loaded, ready to go? Safety off? So you can just go boom. No, you don't. My couch touches 3 of my property lines. Leave the Blicky hot. Just learn gun safety practices. No, fuck that. That turbo kit was a shit show. It was a shit show. How's the pup, Alex? He's fine. All right, guys, let me get out of here. So today we talked about the importance of having big brakes on a heavy car. There was a video that I did maybe a year ago talking about you gotta leave your 6-piston Brembos in there. Do not go and upgrade for TBMs if you're not going to drag race competitively on and you're running a good number. You saw what happened to many people that had to rely on their brakes and they just weren't enough to stop the car. If you're drag racing a 3,500 plus pound car and your car has the capability of running 8s or 7s, keep big brakes on it. It is not worth the lack of stopping power in case a chute doesn't open. You want redundancy. And what are you going to save, really? And half of you guys are doing power wheelies. So you definitely need a little bit of weight in the front. So leave the stock brakes on there, especially if you have big Brembos, or upgrade to 6-pot Willwoods that are light if you want to have a lightweight brake and not put a dirt bike brake in the front to hopefully cross fingers and help you stop after 180 or 170 mile an hour pass. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. I'll be back on Thursday, tomorrow. Not live, but I'm going to sit down, hopefully, if he has time, with Alec Blo. He has something he wants to get off his chest. He's like, we got to have an interview, bro. I got to say some shit. I got some shit to say. And I'm like, interesting, because I respect his opinion. He's a well-known tuner racer for the LSLT platform, and he tunes cars that do Pro 275 LDR and other grudge stuff. And he's an engine builder, tuner, you name it. He does it all. So I take what he says with, some good weight, because I think he has the chops. So if he's got something to say, I want to hear about it, and we'll get caught up with what he's got going on in the industry, and we'll talk a little tuner, racer, LS, Coyote shit for a little bit, and see how all that goes. And I'll probably air that interview either Friday morning or Thursday night, depending on how everything goes. All right, guys, have a good rest of your night. I will see you guys on Thursday for YDBT Daily. See you guys later. Bye.